many Patriot picks will there be on the chartrack.com text line? I think we're going to go about 20%.
Or how about just in the studio? How many Patriots picks will there be?
Oh, RJ saying 0.
I will say that a single person.
I've already seen 2 come in on the fan text. not currently, but in the expressway when we were doing preview.
First, before the official predictions and picks, which we all lost last week, everyone in the world did, against the Cardinals, the 5 things that Ralph wants to see.
Number 1, better red zone production. Let me rephrase that, Sean. Any red zone production. This team was too good last year. The red zone, over 71% in the red zone last year.
71% converting touchdowns?
Yes, last year.
Wow.
And
what's a normal number?
It depends on, honestly, to be truthful, it really depends on the quarterback. It's more quarterbacks generally had, because if you go and look at Brady in New England and Brady in Tampa, he was somewhere between 62 to 68%.
Like, I wonder what the league average, the top 10 league average would be. Basically taking the top 10 quarterbacks. What's the red zone average of efficiency? Just curious.
I believe. By the way, Green Bay was 15th in red zone. Mike McCarthy's last year there, calling plays.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Well, you said that was with washed Aaron, so it doesn't count.
Well, he wasn't washed yet. He became washed last year.
What year was his last year there? 2018?
18.
Well, what about the Super Bowl year? You had
Aaron
that
carried
on hand?
him. Aaron carried him,
You
baby.
had that on hand, too?
Aaron carried them.
He was 14th at 61%, which, though,
let Dak carry you.
That was about Aaron's number. Aaron generally was in that 60 to 65%, which is, a lot of the greats are right there, 62, 65. Dak is a little different because he'll go up and down. He'll go to 71, but he'll go down to 50. So he's a little bit high. He's got bigger of a peak and a valley. So that's what Mike was. But anyway. Number 1's red zone. Number 2, wide receiver involvement. They do not have a touchdown from a wide receiver this year.
Do they have even a catch?
Not in the red zone.
They do. They got a few. Dak only has 3 pass TDs in those 3 games. Like, it's time to get going before we end up like Alex Smith and the Chiefs. Remember that year? They went the entire season without a wide receiver touchdown.
That's right.
Like, come on. Let's get this first one out of the way. Less Jake, more Bake. I love Jake Ferguson, though. I'm not saying I don't like Jake. I like Jake.
He was a great interview.
Yes, he was.
Very charming.
You only like him because of who he's dating.
No, he's a meatball. He's a meathead, just like me. I like that.
He was a great interview.
Yeah, he was.
I see what the Cavender twins see in him.
Yes, I do too. But we need more flash
Did
this
he
week.
get put under like your boy for all those tats? No. Okay.
No. Look,
that is a little. It's sus, man.
I mean, what do you want? All right, we've got a lot to focus on.
But we need more flash this week. More downfield shots. He is the opposite of downfield. Very good at what he does. But we need to see less of him. Plus, I also want him to be healthy so he can have more fun with one of the whichever Cavender twin he's with.
Yeah.
Number 4, confuse Mac Jones. He can be rattled. Make him see ghosts out there. If he beats you past it, it means you didn't get enough pressure on him.
Frustrate him enough to grab your nuts.
Yes, if Mac Jones does not try to grab your junk, you're doing a bad job of frustrating him. I want him to not even be able to eat the cookies that his girlfriend makes for him after the game. And then number 5, Zolak said it. Don't be stupid. The Patriots beat a lot of the teams over the years because they're dumb. The other teams are dumb. No dumb penalties. Having Brady help too. No unsportsmanlike conducts or too much celebration. Don't be a stupid football team. This team can't beat you straight up. So don't be dumb and let them.
Touchdown percentage. I just was curious to look this up. Touchdown percentage on goal-to-go plays this year in the NFL. Last in the NFL, Houston, 9.1%. Second to last, Denver, 10%. The Dallas Cowboys, 11.4%.
Well, that's a perfect segue for my boy, once again. He's made a return to greatness. Dan Orlovsky, as Bobby takes off the headphones. Orlovsky has been making genius, brilliant points, praising McCarthy as a play caller, saying the Longhorns would go into Alabama and beat the Crimson Tide, and basically giving a middle finger to all those three-teeth Bama fans. And yesterday on ESPN, the great Dan Orlovsky said the red zone would be just fine.
For the Cowboys red zone to get better, Dak and CeeDee Lamb need to become Tony Romo and Des Bryant. Okay, so everyone, this is CeeDee Lamb. This is one of the best young receivers in the NFL, the ball skills and the ability to jump with the football. This is going to be against the New York Jets. Now we get the motion down in the red zone. There's a couple indicators for Dak Prescott. Number one being that the safety is matched up on the tight end. Quarterbacks, when we get down in the red zone and we see that safety in that position like that on the tight end, we fully anticipate man coverage. Man coverage, it's about my guy versus your guy. Now at the bottom of the screen, the route concept is going to be a one-step slant in a corner. This is a great situation for the Dallas Cowboys. Why? Because we got 2-on-2 in a corner route. It's ideal for our...
Basically, he said they're going to be fine, and that's genius.
Did he, I'm curious, on these plays, was he drawing up these plays assuming the end zone was 12 yards deep? Soon as he knows how deep an end zone is, I'll listen to him talk about how to get in one.
Oh, my God. There's been 2 other quarterbacks that have run out of the end zone.
Wouldn't listen to them either.
Yeah, right.
Who was it, Minshew? Did Minshew do one?
There's one right there for
Jimmy did one.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, you're just backing me up here.
And then somebody else did one year, like they were there. It wasn't like Dan. Dan's problem was he ran. Like the other guys,
several steps. It was not just a plan.
The other guys it was their back toe and a drop back. Like I get that.
Bobby, start us off with the prediction, who wins and why. Also, truckwreck.com, text line 877-881-1053.
I think that this will be a frustrating game to watch once again. In terms of just when, Choppy, you talk about how you'd rather lose 52-49 than win 13-10.
Yeah.
I think that this will be a frustrating game along those lines. But I do think that the Cowboys win. I think the Cowboys cover. I just don't think that it's going to be the prettiest score.
Oh, you think they cover like the 11, what is it, 11.5?
No, they're 6.5.
6.5.
What am I thinking is the 11.5 one?
Boy, he is missing spreads this week.
Good Lord.
Gosh, that's the only one I missed.
This is why we had to put our other Italian on Saturday afternoons.
I don't know how Vegas is making any money.
Cowboys, I've got them in this one. I've got them 19-10. You know why it's 19? Because they kick 4 field goals. Because that's what'll happen. They'll continue to move the ball down there and continue to get frustrated when a defense tightens up inside the 20. 19-10, Cowboys over the Patriots.
What's your pick?
I think this would be an easy victory. I don't think it's going to be easy in the terms of, like Bobby said, watchability. It's going to be a tough game to watch. But I don't see how New England could score on this team. So it could be 24-10 Cowboys.
So none of us are carrying over the Arizona defensive effort. We all think it's fluky.
Well, they can't do the same thing, Arizona. Like, Mac can't run.
Mac can't run. Mac, honestly, right now is not throwing the ball as well as Josh Dobbs either. Josh Dobbs has been better so far.
Yeah, I know. Some of the metrics on Mac were okay after a couple of weeks. But, I just don't think he's he's really a threat ever. And that's it. And also what Bob brought up, like they run most of their stuff inside the tackles. And, the Cowboys, you could probably beat them outside, especially left.
Broncos Bears over under is 3 points higher than this Cowboys Patriots over under.
Wow. Pepe.
I'm going slow start. I think the offense struggles again early on. I mean, we've talked about it. Patriots defense is pretty good this season. I think that factors into it, but I think the offense gets going as the game goes on. I'm going to go 20-13 Cowboys.
Man, all kind of low, ugly scores. I want to be able to say that the defense will just come out furious, ticked off, and completely shut them down. I have more faith that they're still, very, very good than exposed against the Cardinals. I totally agree about Mac not running versus Dobbs. I'll go 23-17 with New England with a chance to win it with a touchdown on their final possession. They won't, but Cowboys win 23-17.
They've, by the way, the Cowboys or the Patriots have fallen down big in some of these games. They fell down 17-3 to the Dolphins. They fell down 16-0 to the Giants, and then they made both those games close. So the slow starts have been an issue for them. I think they want to take a page out of Arizona's playbook as best they can of just like start fast, get up early, don't let them just dictate the pace of the game. And so I do wonder if we might see some of those shots for Kendrick Bourne that we talked about at 7:20. I wonder if we see those early in the game.
DaRon Bland still in the spotlight as the Diggs replacement, and you were wondering if the Cowboys, right after Diggs got hurt, were going to call their offense different or open it up even more.
Yeah, and because for the year they're averaging, listen to this, they're averaging 0.4 points per play for the year. In week 3, they were a season worst 0.23. 0.3 points per play. The overall number's top 10, which is very, very good. But last year the Cowboys were at the 0.4. Remember, 5 of those games were started by Cooper Rush. So that wasn't even with their full complement. So slightly better. Defensively, this past week, they allowed over a half point per play. For the whole year, it's, not even a quarter of a point per play. So they're that much worse defensively, and you wonder how different you have to call a game because you lose a player like Diggs. When you lose a player in the secondary and now you're a little bit weaker, how differently do you have to call your offense? By the way, I noticed this one. Denver. By the way, Denver allowed 0.99 points per play. Almost a full point per play in their game against Miami.
Per play?
Per play.
It's pretty bad.
Every snap, Miami gained an actual point. Every snap.
What category will the Cowboys defense be in at the end of this year? Give me a category.
It'll be very good.
Top of the league.
That's
top 5.
way too. Okay, top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5 defense. Very good. No one's going above that. No one's going great. Shut down.
Absolutely not. You can't. No,
49er-esque.
No, once you lose your top corner, you can't be.
Yeah, losing Diggs hurts, and there are too many questions now about their run fits. But they'll overall.
What does
as
that
a
mean?
unit
Run fits.
Run fits basically just means guys stepping up into their gap, knowing their assignment, fitting into the gap where they're supposed to be to stop the run.
Pepe, what are the Tolos picking? How many out of 10 are going with New England?
It'd have to be a good 8 out of 10 going Cowboys.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 Cowboys. You do have some Patriots here. 713 says Cowboys bounce back. Easy 35-10 win. 817 19-13 Cowboys. 361 27-13 Cowboys, and the 817 says 17-12 Patriots.
Ooh, 682 says 40-0 Cowboys.
Wow.
They think they just run them. 34-10 Cowboys from the 214. So there's a lot of confidence heading into this game. A lot of confidence in Big Mike to bounce back.